everybody, and welcome to Blood Bowl. I'm Complacent Badger.
I'm Kilo.
And we are watching Malal's Mashers versus Tasty Action.
I am looking forward to see if Tasty Action, who has the slight advantage on team value, can earn that wax emblem and parchment taped to his breastplate on behalf of the humans versus the Chaos team.
Yep. So, looking at it, the teams are fairly even. The Chaos teams are always going to have a strength advantage against a human team, but it's not that vastly different.
True.
The Ogre tips it a little bit, and then a couple characters with block, and one or two players with dodge makes a little bit of a difference. But the human team have the skills that they're better at not only the dodging part of the agility game, but the throwing and catching part of the agility game as well.
So it's nice weather, so it's playing into the hands, potentially playing into the hands of Tasty Action.
Yep. Setting up in a very weak side offense. I've tried them before, and they just don't work. It's just
maybe you haven't been doing them right.
Leaving that wing open it just causes you to get it enclosed and then hit from all sides.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. But we'll see. Maybe he can prove me wrong. A very common defense that I've seen online, and why I don't play online, is just putting all but 3 guys on the back line.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily frustrating.
I was leveling my players up from this week, and because of my time zone, and I don't see anything in German, so I don't know if anybody in Germany plays this, but there are a lot of French folks who play this. And I was watching an entire conversation in the main chat about somebody who was cheating. Now they didn't say what somebody was cheating about, but it was pretty significant. And I don't know how, if it was somebody glitched it, or somebody hacked it, or somebody was just being a total fucking ass bag, because I could see that.
And we can quickly see how this isn't working. Got no linebacker to protect the thrower, and we already have 2 players that are infiltrating, and everybody except the catcher is tied up right now. Agility 3 doesn't mean that they're necessarily tied up for good, but it's a lot of risky moves just to make up for lost ground.
100% true.
And
that's the first hit. I mean, it's been a lot of pushes aside from that, huh?
Yep. Catcher is playing the linebacker instead of being infiltrated downfield.
Yeah, that's not the ideal place for that guy. Because well, we got somebody
infiltrating the lineman.
Hey, Macarena.
All right, is he gonna pass it? Yep. Player's a bit dick in the wind, and all right, so it won't be a terrible dodge to get out of there. So he's got the movement allowance. It's only a 3+ move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's strength 2, so he could actually hit him right here and still get the 2 die.
Yep.
Yep. So you can get it without a go.
Yeah, that horns blitz is.
Yeah, it makes him strength 4. So it'll be with this. If he goes here, he'll have strength 3 versus his strength 4, and he does exactly that. Puts him down. Yeah, and I don't like that pass to a guy who's already moved, because it just always ends up. I shouldn't say always. It generally ends up like that, and then he's able to recover the ball.
Yep, and we finally fixed Ducky Shoes
from doing that.
And she is. I mean, you can just see just by that the number of touchdowns, because she was generally like 0-1 touchdown for the entire first season. And except when she'd had a stupendous game, and
generally when people weren't covering properly.
Right. But ever since then, she's been doing a lot better in getting those touchdowns. And increasing those win percentages.
And obviously, there's been a couple exceptions of her not being able to score or scoring low, but her scores have definitely increased.
Right, but just when we talk about advice to increase your touchdowns per game.
Oh, so push off. That was a really good move by Tasty Action, but then looks like a both down was applied. It was an attacker down and both down. And I think he may have already used the reroll that turn.
Yep, looks like it.
And then just a really, really good pen roll and then a really, really good injury roll. But the Apothecary saved it. Looks like Malal's Mashers put himself down fairly quick there.
So it's all kind of evens at this point, huh?
Yeah. Arguably, Tasty Action now has the advantage after that one.
Right?
Because
2 players up now, huh?
yeah, and he's got a lot of backfield infiltration, while all of Malal's Masters guys are on the wrong side.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah. Definitely should have started rolling guys around to try to do it before throwing hits, but so while it wasn't exactly as planned, pun on last season's name, it looks like it might work. Again, that exact same maneuver is going to happen.
Now, that's what I was going to bring up. Would you have put him closer to the sideline?
The catcher?
Yeah,
I would not have put him that close to that guy to have the exact same thing happen to me.
Right.
So, yes.
Because I think that I would have put him off to the left.
Yeah, over here.
As far as he could have gone.
Yeah. Because the only risk was coming from that...
Yeah.
that Beastman.
I just wanted to see if you saw something different than I did.
No.
Because we're playing it two-time fast.
Yeah, it's hard to make plans and whatnot, but right when we see it, it's kind of too late. And, when you have 4-minute turns, you should be able to see that.
Yep. And, I mean, really, bottom line is, at this point, the way that everything's going, let's go ahead, you say it. You say it. Let's see if you could jinx it.
Oh, it's not an inevitable touchdown. It keeps looking like it's supposed to, but kind of bad choices with when to throw, and then bad choices on where to put the catcher. One Beastman makes the difference, man. Especially when you're a strength 2 guy.
Oh yeah.
That Beastman is almost impossible to stop.
Well, and we've I've made the argument, and we've talked about it a little bit, but.
Hey-o. But that guy
really
is,
when it comes,
mighty blow. Oh, that guy's like, oh, you probably shouldn't have picked that up. Oh, but opts to go with the Beastman instead.
Hey, there it goes. Catch fail.
The guy didn't even...
Hot fucking potato.
Interesting. The guy didn't even have block.
Oy, better.
Ooh.
Turning into a little bit of a shit show.
Yeah. And Malal's Master's not playing backfield. But has a guy in position to be able to do so.
Yeah, he's free.
But I think that Ogre's going to tell him that he's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
single.
Does it. Keeps painting the ball, which is a good move.
All right, fair play. I mean, he was single and willing to mingle.
Mm-hmm. So getting that Beastman off the ball. Catcher's available. And there's enough presence against that Chaos Warrior that we can get him out of the way fairly easily.
Yep.
Ooh, doing the very dangerous maneuver.
Yeah, we've seen it. Uh-oh.
Oof.
But we've seen what that happened, and it was a game against me where somebody, no names involved, to protect the innocent.
I don't even think I could remember, to be honest.
That's actually why I'm not going to say the name. But set up in a similar situation, threw the ball, fumbled, and then it got thrown in to where it was my advantage.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't.
No, I only talk about a lot of my games because I was there for all of them.
Yeah, it wasn't me, was it?
No, it wasn't you.
No,
it was this season.
I was like, it didn't sound like something I'd do.
No.
So, worth the risk right there. I don't know if there was enough turns left, and with the lack of rerolls, I don't know if that was the best move. but at this point where it's so far gone with mistakes that, you know, what better way to concrete these mistakes without more?
Well, you know, and I don't know if it was necessarily a compilation of mistakes. It was just not necessarily the best decisions. I wouldn't say that there were a couple poor decisions, but there were no outright bad decisions.
I think leaving that wing open.
Well, you know, there's always one.
And then having that catcher move up, then pass to him.
Yeah.
Trying to just get a couple extra yards so we can get that touchdown. I hate it when that happens. That is all. Like after you've gotten that far with a pickup, a pass, a catch, and then all you have to do is get a 2+, and you fucking eat shit on it. Like that is one of the worst feelings.
Yeah, 4+ all day long. 2+, nah, bro. What are you thinking? Yeah. Me and Brett have had a you know, coach to player dialogue about that because he's rolled a lot of 1s recently.
Yes, he has. So we're looking fairly even in the boxes. Just one difference of an injury versus KO.
And I think the difference between that is how fast the rerolls went. I mean, 3 rerolls went for both sides. Yeah. Almost in the first 3 turns.
Oh, I think Malal's Mashers held on to I think at least 1, if not 2, until the second to last turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tasty Action burnt. Okay. I don't think Tasty burnt their last one until 5 or 6.
I knew they were two rerolls down in the first 3 turns.
That's probably true. I think Tasty definitely went out first on rerolls, but Malal used his last one on the catch, and that's why he didn't have a reroll for the go for it.
Yeah, yeah. You only notice them when they matter.
Yeah.
And you don't have them.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, that was terrible.
So Bloodweiser Babe not useful there and didn't work for that one, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we got 3 players missing and 1 player missing. So 10 players on the pitch for the both of them. Kick is in a pretty useful place for Tasty Action. That was a good kick. Actually going for the go for it. That's risky maneuvers. Could have ended your turn real fast on 2 different rolls. Not a lot to be gained by picking that ball up right there. I mean, now it's in your hand. I mean, I can foresee it, but for the damage of it bouncing out, ending your turn, and then having a really weird throw in, like there were so many things to lose right there. And had not moved most of his team.
And that's the scary part. I mean, I battle with myself routinely on when to pick up the ball because that's one of the scarier rolls. I
have almost disciplined myself to never pick up the ball, you know, on a kickoff return. Never pick it up into the last action. I've done a pretty good job of disciplining myself, but the few times that I slip and I go, I got it, I fucking snake eyes.
Yeah, but it's always one of those things where you're like, I wanna pick up the ball to make sure I have it, or I wanna pull people back to defend in case I miss it.
Well, I definitely
take the advantage of the of hitting first because I'm a bashy team, you know.
Ooh.
So, well, there's
all right.
Fancy.
Hey. But I guess if you got the bodies that haven't moved, you might as well.
Right?
Bold by Malal's Mashers. See, I would have... man. I don't know.
Strength advantage, though, yeah?
Yeah. I really feel like I would have kept my guy there.
That fixes it.
We'll see. We'll see if it ends up being a little bad. I think that does clog up a pretty vulnerable lane, though.
Yeah, who's gonna get in there?
Well, this catcher has enough movement to tie up this player, and then he can blitz on a 1 die, and he's got blocks, so it's not, and then he doesn't, so it's actually decent odds. but
Oh,
goes
that's
for
good
the
enough.
goes for the Chaos Warrior.
Yep.
All right.
Could have been a better decision.
It was a 1 die either way. Chaos Warrior doesn't really gain you anything on the hit, and you've left a lane open anyways. And actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gonna have to do dodges to actually make it. So it won't get a touchdown this turn, but can... Ugh. That was almost... Yeah.
Not only won't, but wouldn't. You know, just take your time. You've got the free players. Get that.
Yeah. If you get this
Get that
Beastman over
sexy
here,
cage.
you can open up this Beastman to start moving. Beastman, pull him back to get that Ogre off.
Yeah.
Or that.
Hoi.
Rely on that. I mean, Chaos Warrior's got that good strength or that good agility, man. Use it.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, you had the bodies to put the Ogre down for a relatively cheap price. I probably would have gone for it. This Blitzer is in a position. It's going to be a tough-ish dodge, but he has a reroll, so it can work for a 1 die with that block against that Beastman.
Oh, mighty blow.
Yeah. Oh, opting to blitz that guy instead.
Oh. Yeah. Well, to be fair, mighty blow didn't need to happen because it was a 9+ and got a 10.
And opting not to paint the Beastman. Now he paints it. Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
Doing it with the catcher isn't going to do any good because he's just going to blitz immediately.
All you need
that's
to do
what
is
you're going to have to expect.
all you need to do is declare a blitz here, and then dodge here, push out of the
follow up.
Yeah, just push, don't follow, and move for a touchdown.
Yep.
It's a little risky because he's got block and you don't, but it's a 2-die your favor. If you get a push, that's all you need.
Yep. You got the reroll.
Yeah, that should be a touchdown, but opting not to do that. Lot of missed opportunities, man. It's rough.
Yeah, and I guess that's what we're really seeing with less experienced teams is he did a fairly good job of not making mistakes, but he didn't take advantage of situations that were presented. I think that's going to be the takeaway for this is kind of if you're going to watch the commentary, we've got some good advice here. If you don't want to watch the commentary, I can't tell you anything.
Super risky.
Hulk smash.
Relying on the Ogre to do the blitz.
Yep.
Then doing 2 go for it. Man, wow. And then actually doing the hit with no block or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have relied on that. Maybe just move him to paint the Beastman, but I don't know if I would have had the balls to go for that blitz. But it did set him up to lose the ball, so...
Yeah. Well, it's because you got tiny little spider balls. You don't have them big tiger balls.
Exactly. Beastman in prime position, other than the not standing part. Let's see if he passes it. Oh, opts not to do it. And it looks like he might get, Beastman, low movement, so that's going to be a rough safety. Yep, and then again, just dodge working out, though.
Yep. So I'd like to throw a shout-out to a fairly good book called American Gods that I just read. That's where the little spider balls and tiger balls thing came from.
Excellent.
It's a good book.
That's good. That's good. Looks like that Beastman might be going off pitch.
Side note: I can't actually read. Well, not that I can't read. It's just that I can't expend the energy, so I just have people read to me.
Yeah.
As I ride the metro in the morning.
Yeah.
Much more efficient use of my time.
Yeah, I just finished my last batch of audiobooks, so I need to go buy some more.
Buy some more? Where do you buy? You buy audiobooks?
Do you not?
Oh, I download them. It's different.
Oh, I also download them after I purchase them with money.
Oh. Things cost money. I forget that.
Yeah. So, again, with the horns, defender down, puts him down.
Hasn't missed with one of those yet, has he?
One. And it was a, it happens. Probably would have. Maybe he didn't have anybody else left to move, but meh. And just didn't play enough safety down there. So touchdown.
Oi, 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 oi. All right. Is this going to be Tasty Action's first win?
It appears to be so. I don't think Malal's Mashers can score in the 1 or 2 turns that they have remaining.
Huh.
Bloodweiser Babe's not actually working this game.
Them are some of the ugliest Bloodweiser babes I've ever seen.
Any time that he needed it, it wasn't enough.
Is that what she said?
And look at those rerolls.
I know.
Oh wow, this game's actually there's actually 3 turns left for Malal's Mashers. They have a chance.
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
Except when there isn't.
Oh!
Oh.
And self-inflicted.
Those are my favorite kind. No, that's not true. It's when Brett claws the fuck out of
And that's,
out of somebody with wings.
And then those are those rerolls being burnt on go for it's and kind of like those risky last chance moves. And then you do basic stuff like throw dice and you hurt your own player because you don't have a reroll for the basic stuff.
Yep. So let's see what happens. I don't think that odds are too good, but I got faith.
Well, the funny thing is, if he actually succeeds this pass, he can just blitz right through this guy. And I think that was the plan.
Right?
But unfortunately, a 1 will make it this a 1-0 game.
Well, you know what? On the plus column, at least it wasn't a bomb.
Yes. Well, he can score. I mean, it's not. It's gonna be real tough now. I guess trying to go for that second touchdown.
Yeah.
Why not, right? So now Malal's Mashers in a really weird place where they're like, we should probably stop him from getting a touchdown again.
Right?
Interesting. I would go for the touchdown. But I guess
I
he's trying to free players. Hey-o!
Hey!
Wow.
Outstanding.
So yeah, kind of Malal right at the end there, not kind of underestimating his Tasty Action's will to get that second touchdown and not doing any sort of defenses on his ball carrier, letting his backfield get infiltrated and enough turns to where that ended in a touchdown.
Bro, don't ever let your backfield get infiltrated.
No, it's a butt sex joke.
It's a butt sex joke.
Yeah, for
wow, it's as if people listened and heeded our advice when it came to the mid-season mix-up. Touchdowns mean victories.
Okay, I was like, I didn't see a single instance of anybody listening to tactics, but yes, people did listen to the fact that scoring touchdowns is the most important part.
And now that he's scoring touchdowns, Tasty Action has increased his touchdown per game
by 1
exponentially.
Oh no, the touchdowns per game. I was thinking of wins. Yeah, he's scored lots of touchdowns this game.
Yeah.
For Malal's Mashers, for you, man, I don't know. I don't think you had the player presence where they needed to be. I think you kind of just you did dodge with the Chaos Warrior 1 time, but you missed some opportunities that we mentioned. But I think the most important part is you weren't putting players where they were needed.
Yeah, that strength advantage wasn't really taken advantage of.
And then really just, not a lot going on. And then that second touchdown was just either you kind of well, not really giving up because you were trying to score the touchdown, but you were so in a fervor to get that touchdown that you weren't setting yourself up for victory. You quite the opposite, set yourself up for another touchdown scored on you. For tasty action, again with you, just like Malal, there were situations that hopefully we pointed out where it would have been better choices. I like that you're using the catchers a little bit more and you're getting a little bit more aggressive with them, but you're kind of doing it the same way Ducky Shoes was doing it in her early days, where you're kind of just like, hope he is still standing.
Yeah. You're gonna need to get more presence downfield than just that one guy.
Yeah, and running catchers as linebackers doesn't work. They're absolutely useless in that position.
Yep. And we have noticed, and I've noticed on the comments that people have said that you play a little bit like I play, and a lot of what I do is that waterfall support. So really kind of focus on that. This is a tough team for you to get a strength advantage of or on. So that's not really what my focus would have been. It would have been a little more penetration and a little more the agility stuff because you don't have a bad agility team. Now, but the truth of it is because of that catcher you have a strength disadvantage more than any other team would against a little bit of that strength. But make sure that you're focusing on maximizing your hits if you're going to use them, and if you're not going to hit somebody, get away from them if they have the strength advantage on you. Don't get put down, and don't see if you can keep your rerolls a little bit longer, because that's a good indication of making good decisions.
I agree. Yeah, that's really strong, and as he stated, maybe you and SK are more alike in your play style, so that's good words. I would go with those.
All right, that's it. That's all the advice I got.
Yep. Hey, thrower hit level 2 there. That's good.
That's awesome. What do you think he's gonna get?
Accurate. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And then Malal's Master Chaos Warrior hitting level 2. That's block.
Yep.
Would you like block?
No. Are you sure you wouldn't like block? All right, I'll take block. That's all. That's. I don't understand why they don't make that
a pop-up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.